Ladies and gentlemen, our topic today is act like you have no comparison. Now, isn't that an intriguing concept? You see, most people spend their lives looking over their shoulders, wondering how they measure up to others. They're constantly comparing themselves to their neighbors, their colleagues, even strangers on social media. But I'm here to tell you that this habit of comparison is one of the most destructive forces in our lives. It's a thief that steals our joy, our motivation, and our potential. So today, we're going to explore what it means to act like you have no comparison and why this mindset is crucial for your personal and professional growth. We're going to delve into how this approach can skyrocket your success, boost your confidence, and help you live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media, looking at other people's lives, and feeling like you're falling behind? Maybe you've seen a colleague get a promotion and thought, why not me? Or perhaps you've looked at someone else's relationship and wondered, why can't mine be like that? If you've had these thoughts, you're not alone. It's human nature to compare ourselves to others. But just because it's natural doesn't mean it's beneficial. You see, when you're constantly comparing yourself to others, you're playing a game you can never win. There will always be someone who seems to be doing better than you in some area of life, always someone who appears to have more, achieve more, be more. And if you're caught up in this comparison trap, you'll never feel good enough, never feel successful enough, never feel happy enough. But here's the truth. You are not meant to be a carbon copy of anyone else. You are a unique individual with your own set of talents, experiences, and potential. And when you start acting like you have no comparison, that's when you begin to tap into your true power. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, isn't a little competition healthy? Doesn't it drive us to be better? And you're right, to a certain extent, healthy competition can be a motivator. But there's a world of difference between being inspired by others to improve yourself and constantly measuring your worth against others. When you act like you have no comparison, you're not giving up on growth or improvement. In fact, you're opening yourself up to a more authentic, more powerful form of growth. Instead of trying to be better than someone else, you're focused on being the best version of yourself. You're competing with yourself, pushing yourself to grow and improve based on your own standards, your own goals, your own vision for your life. This shift in mindset is transformative. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free up an enormous amount of mental and emotional energy that you can then channel into personal growth, into pursuing your goals, into living a life of purpose and meaning. Let me share a personal story with you. Years ago, when I was just starting out in my career, I fell into the comparison trap. I looked at other speakers, other authors, and I thought, I need to be more like them to be successful. I tried to mimic their style, their delivery, even their jokes. And you know what? It didn't work. I came across as inauthentic, and my message didn't resonate with people. It wasn't until I stopped trying to be like everyone else and started embracing my unique voice and perspective that I began to see real success. When I acted as if I had no comparison, that's when I truly found my stride. That's when I started making a real impact on people's lives. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. I want you to experience the freedom, the joy, the success that comes from embracing your unique self and acting as if you have no comparison. Because when you do that, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Now let's talk about what it really means to act like you have no comparison. It doesn't mean you think you're better than everyone else. It doesn't mean you ignore feedback or stop learning from others. What it means is that you recognize your unique value, your unique journey, and your unique contribution to the world. When you act like you have no comparison, you stop asking, am I as good as them? And start asking, am I better today than I was yesterday? You stop worrying about whether you measure up to others' standards and start setting your own standards of excellence. You stop trying to fit into someone else's mold and start creating your own path. This mindset shift changes everything. It changes how you approach your work, your relationships, your personal growth. When you act like you have no comparison, you become more authentic, more confident, more resilient. You become the best possible version of yourself. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're an entrepreneur. If you're constantly comparing your business to others, you might find yourself copying their strategies, their marketing, their products. You might measure your success solely by how you stack up against your competitors. But if you act like you have no comparison, you'll focus on creating unique value for your customers. You'll innovate based on your unique insights and strengths. You'll measure your success by how well you're achieving your own vision and serving your customers. Can you see the difference? One approach leaves you constantly chasing others, always feeling like you're falling short. The other allows you to chart your own course to create something truly unique and valuable. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Jim, in the real world, we are compared to others all the time. In job interviews, in performance reviews, in competitions. And you're right, the world will try to compare you to others. But here's the key. You don't have to buy into it. You can choose to act as if you have no comparison, even in a world that tries to put you in a box. When you're in a job interview, instead of worrying about how you compare to other candidates, focus on showcasing your unique strengths and experiences. In a performance review, instead of wondering how you measure up to your colleagues, concentrate on how much you've grown and what unique value you bring to the team. In a competition, instead of fixating on beating others, aim to perform at your personal best. This approach not only reduces stress and anxiety, but it also allows you to perform better. When you're not caught up in comparison, you're free to focus all your energy on being your best self and doing your best work. Now, let's talk about how this mindset can transform your personal life. When you act like you have no comparison, you free yourself from the need to keep up with the Joneses. You stop trying to live someone else's life and start living your own. Think about it. How much of your life is shaped by what you think you should do based on what others are doing? How many decisions do you make based on what's expected rather than what truly resonates with you? When you act like you have no comparison, you give yourself permission to live life on your own terms. This doesn't mean you become selfish or ignore the needs of others. In fact, it's quite the opposite. When you're not constantly comparing yourself to others, you become more present, more authentic in your relationships. You're able to truly listen and connect with others, rather than always wondering how you measure up. And here's something amazing. When you act like you have no comparison, you become more compassionate towards others. Because you're not caught up in a competition, you can genuinely celebrate others' successes without feeling diminished. You can offer support without feeling threatened. You can appreciate others' unique qualities without feeling less than. This mindset also transforms how you handle setbacks and failures. When you're caught in the comparison trap, every failure feels magnified because you're not just dealing with the failure itself, but also with how it makes you look compared to others. But when you act like you have no comparison, you can approach failures with curiosity and resilience. Instead of thinking, I failed, and now I'm behind everyone else, you think, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? You see setbacks not as evidence of your inadequacy, but as stepping stones on your unique journey. Now, I want to address something important. Acting like you have no comparison doesn't mean you stop setting goals or striving for excellence. In fact, it allows you to set more meaningful, more authentic goals. Instead of chasing arbitrary benchmarks set by society or your peers, you can set goals that truly resonate with your values and aspirations. When you act like you have no comparison, you can dream bigger and aim higher because you're not limited by what others think is possible or appropriate for you. You're free to pursue your own definition of success, your own vision of a fulfilling life. This mindset is particularly powerful when it comes to personal growth. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you can focus on your own growth journey. You can celebrate your progress no matter how small it might seem to others. You can pursue knowledge and skills that truly interest you rather than what you think you should know. Let me share another personal story with you. Early in my career, I was constantly comparing my speaking engagements to those of more established speakers. I would worry if my audience was smaller, if my fee was lower, if my venues were less prestigious. This comparison game was exhausting and demoralizing. But then I made a decision. I decided to act as if I had no comparison. I stopped focusing on what other speakers were doing and started concentrating on delivering the best value I could to my audience. Whether it was 10 people or 10,000, I focused on refining my message, on connecting authentically with my audience, on making a real difference in people's lives. And you know what happened? My career took off, not because I was trying to be like anyone else, but because I was fully being myself. I was bringing my unique perspective, my unique experiences, my unique way of communicating to every engagement. And people responded to that authenticity. That's the power of acting like you have no comparison. It allows you to tap into your unique gifts and share them with the world in a way that no one else can. Now, let's talk about how to cultivate this mindset in your daily life. Because like any powerful mindset shift, this isn't something that happens overnight. It's a practice, a daily choice to act as if you have no comparison. First, start by becoming aware of your comparison habits. Notice when you're comparing yourself to others. Is it when you're scrolling through social media? Is it in meetings at work? Is it when you're with certain friends or family members? Once you're aware of when and where you tend to compare yourself, you can start to catch yourself in the act and redirect your thoughts. Next, focus on your own journey. Keep a journal where you track your own growth, your own achievements, your own lessons learned. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Remember, the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Practice self-appreciation. Every day, take a moment to acknowledge something unique and wonderful about yourself. It could be a talent, a personality trait, an accomplishment, or even just the way you handled a difficult situation. Train yourself to see and appreciate your own unique value. Another powerful practice is to define your own metrics of success. Instead of looking at what others have achieved, ask yourself, what does success look like for me? What kind of life do I want to live? What kind of impact do I want? When you have clear, personal definitions of success, you're less likely to get caught up in comparisons. It's also crucial to surround yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are, people who encourage you to be your authentic self, who celebrate your uniqueness rather than trying to make you conform. These relationships will reinforce your no comparison mindset and help you stay true to yourself. Now, I want to address something that often goes hand in hand with comparisons: the fear of judgment. Many of us hold ourselves back from fully embracing our uniqueness because we're afraid of what others might think. We worry that if we truly act as if we have no comparison, we'll be seen as weird or arrogant or out of place. But here's the truth. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. The people who are meant to be in your life, who are meant to support your journey, will appreciate and celebrate your uniqueness. And those who judge you for it, well, their opinions say more about them than they do about you. Remember, every great innovator, every trailblazer, every person who's ever made a significant impact on the world has faced judgment and criticism. But they didn't let that stop them from being who they were meant to be. They acted as if they had no comparison. And in doing so, they changed the world. So I challenge you, dare to be different, dare to stand out, dare to be fully, unapologetically you. Because that's where your power lies. That's where your purpose unfolds. That's where you'll find true fulfillment and success. Now, let's talk about how this mindset can transform your approach to learning and skill development. When you act as if you have no comparison, you free yourself to learn at your own pace, in your own way. You're not rushing to keep up with others or holding yourself back to stay in step with the crowd. You're free to dive deep into subjects that fascinates you, to take your time mastering difficult skills, to explore unconventional learning paths. This approach to learning is incredibly powerful. It allows you to develop a depth of knowledge and skill that's truly unique. Instead of being a jack of all trades, master of none, you can become a true expert in your areas of interest. And this expertise, combined with your unique perspective, is what will set you apart in your career and in life. Remember, success isn't about being the best at everything. It's about being the best at being you. It's about leveraging your unique combination of skills, knowledge, and experiences to create value in your own unique way. Now, I want to address a common misconception about acting as if you have no comparison. Some people think that this mindset means you should never look at what others are doing, never learn from others' successes or failures. But that's not the case at all. Acting as if you have no comparison doesn't mean operating in a vacuum. Doesn't mean ignoring valuable lessons from others or refusing to be inspired by others' achievements. What it means is that you take those lessons, that inspiration, and you make it your own. You integrate it into your unique approach rather than trying to become a carbon copy of someone else. Look at it like this. You're the chef of your own life. You can certainly look at other chefs' recipes for inspiration. You can learn techniques from master chefs, but ultimately, you're creating your own unique dish. You're combining ingredients in your own way, adding your own special touches, creating something that's uniquely yours. This approach allows you to be both humble and confident. Humble enough to learn from others, to recognize that you don't have all the answers, but confident enough to trust your own judgment, to believe in your own unique value. Now, let's talk about how this mindset can transform your relationships. When you act as if you have no comparison, you stop trying to measure up to others' expectations. You stop trying to fit into roles that don't suit you. Instead, you show up as your authentic self in all your relationships. This authenticity is magnetic. It draws people to you. Because in a world where so many people are trying to be someone they're not, someone who is genuinely, unapologetically themselves stands out. They're refreshing. They're inspiring. When you act as if you have no comparison in your relationships, you also become a better listener, a better friend, a better partner. Because you're not constantly worried about how you measure up, you can be fully present with others. You can truly hear them, truly see them, truly connect with them. This mindset also allows you to build more diverse, more interesting relationships. When you're not trying to fit in or keep up with a certain crowd, you're free to connect with all sorts of people. People who challenge you, inspire you, broaden your perspective. And these diverse relationships enrich your life in countless ways. Now, let's talk about how this mindset can transform your career. In today's rapidly changing job market, being a unique individual with a unique set of skills and perspectives is more valuable than ever. Companies don't want carbon copies. They want innovators, problem solvers, people who can bring fresh ideas to the table. When you act as if you have no comparison, you position yourself as that unique individual. You're not just another applicant with the same qualifications as everyone else. You're you with your unique combination of skills, experiences, and insights. And that's incredibly valuable. This mindset also makes you more resilient in your career. When you're not comparing yourself to others, you're less likely to be discouraged by setbacks or intimidated by challenges. You see each experience, good or bad, as part of your unique journey. This resilience, this ability to bounce back and keep moving forward, is crucial for long-term career success. Now, I want to talk about how this mindset can transform your approach to goal setting and achievement. When you act as if you have no comparison, you're free to set goals that truly matter to you, not just goals that look good on paper or impress others. You see, many people set goals based on what they think they should want, based on what society or their peers value. But when you act as if you have no comparison, you can tune into what truly matters to you. You can set goals that align with your values, your passions, your unique vision for your life. And here's the amazing things. When you set goals that truly resonate with you, you're much more likely to achieve them because you're not just chasing some external benchmark, you're pursuing something that genuinely matters to you. That intrinsic motivation is incredibly powerful. This mindset also changes how you approach the journey towards your goals. Instead of constantly measuring your progress against others, you focus on your own growth and development. You celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. You learn from setbacks and use them as fuel to keep moving forward. This approach makes the journey itself more rewarding and increases your chances of reaching your destination. Acting as if you have no comparison also allows you to be more creative and innovative in pursuing your goals. You're not limited by how things have always been done or by what others think is possible. You're free to explore unconventional paths, to try new approaches, to think outside the box. And often, it's this willingness to do things differently that leads to breakthrough success. Remember, my friends, that you are a unique creation. There has never been and will never be another person exactly like you. You have a unique set of experiences, skills, perspectives, and potential. When you act as if you have no comparison, you honor that uniqueness. You give yourself permission to fully be who you are meant to be, to fully express your gifts, to fully pursue your dreams. So I challenge you today, start acting as if you had no comparison. Embrace your uniqueness. Celebrate your individuality. Set goals that resonate with your authentic self. Pursue your dreams with passion and perseverance. Learn and grow at your own pace. Connect with others authentically. Contribute your unique gifts to the world. Because when you do this, you not only create a more fulfilling life for yourself, but you also make the world a richer, more diverse, more beautiful place. And remember, success is not about being better than someone else. It's about being the best possible version of yourself. It's about making the most of your unique potential. It's about living a life that's true to who you are. So go forth from here today with this new mindset. Act as if you have no comparison, and watch how it transforms your life, your relationships, your career, and your impact on the world. The possibilities are limitless when you embrace the power of your unique self. Thank you.